So in my last video, I talked about my least favourite Switch game of all time, Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz. Today, I'm going to list my top 10 favourite Switch games that I have played and why I love these games so much. So, let's get started with number 10. For number 10, I've picked Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. I first played this game on one of my YouTube mates' PS4, I think it was, and I honestly had such a blast. And when I heard this game was getting released on the Switch, I was so excited, and I even made a video about it back in May 2022, I think it was. Like a lot of Epic Games, this game is always being updated with like Battle Pass. I'm not sure if it's called that on this game, but that's just what I'm going to call it for the sake of this video. They are always adding new maps and new games and new game modes as well, and they are always adding new characters and costumes. There is now a mode where you can try out some courses that people have made and then give your feedback on it, which I think is really cool. I always have such a blast when I play this game. Sometimes it can be frustrating. And when I played this game recently, the Switch version kept crashing. What I'd done was I uninstalled it and then reinstalled it, and it was fine after that. I haven't had any problems with this game since. At number 9, I have picked probably my favourite in the series, purely because I've only played this and one other game, which is Resident Evil 4. I originally played this back on the GameCube in the old days. Now, I didn't play it in the old days, I played it like 3 years ago was when I first played it on the GameCube, but it was really just a nuisance having to switch discs halfway through the game. When you're trying to speedrun this game, it is really a nuisance having to pause the speedrun, live split, switch cartridge or switch discs, resume the speedrun. It is much better on the Switch. But the actual game itself, I had a lot of fun playing through this. I still do. I played it in October for our spooky month. I just really enjoy the shooting sort of games. Not like, I get Fortnite is a shooting game and Overwatch 2 and stuff like that, but I'm not a big fan of Fortnite or Overwatch, if I'm honest, but Resident Evil 4 was a lot of fun to play through, and I look forward to playing the other Resident Evil games. For number 8, I've picked a game called It Takes Two. Now, a lot of you are probably familiar with this game, but those of you who aren't, It Takes Two is a multiplayer only game where you grab a friend or family member and you have to solve puzzles and work your way through the game to break the spell that your daughter cast on you, which has turned you into a clay doll and a wooden doll. There are some really fun gimmicks in this game, really fun elements of this game. I played through this whole game with my dad and I had a ton of fun. I don't know about him, but I had a lot of fun. This game uses a lot of ideas from different games. For example, there's a shooter sort of mode, there's all sorts of different activities that you do to progress. Each chapter has got a different gimmick to it and a different part of the story, and each chapter represents a different game as well, which I thought was really cool. Not only that, but there was also loads of mini games for you to find in each chapter, so once you've beat the game, you can then go back through the game and look for any of the mini games that you didn't find the first time. Number 7, I picked possibly my favourite Wii U game of all time that has been ported to the Switch, which is Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. When this game came to the Switch, I was very excited to play through this game again because I had a lot of fun playing through the Wii U version back in the day. Now, the reason I'm putting this so low in the list at number 7 is because they didn't really add much. I know they added Bowser's Fury, but that feels more like a demo than actual like add-on to a game or something. I like what they've done with Bowser in the new game mode, making him giant and making you have to go giant cat mode to save him. But I really feel like they missed out on a good opportunity to make a brilliant game. Don't get me wrong, it's still a brilliant game and I still love playing it to this day, but I feel like they could have done so much better. For number 6, I picked a game that I only got for Christmas last year, which I actually talked about in my Super Monkey Ball video right at the start. Those of you that didn't see that video, that game is Sonic Mania. Now, I got the Plus version and the Encore DLC. I had a lot of fun with this game. It keeps the feel of the classics, like Sonic 1 and 2 and 3 as well. They've added new courses, they've created new courses in the style of Sonic 1, 2 and 3. But they've also took some of Sonic 1, 2 and 3's courses and revamped them to make them much more fun to play. Not only that, but there's also revamped boss fights from each game as well. For example, in Green Hill Zone, you fight the Death Egg. I know, that is wild. I've played through this game twice now and there has never been a moment that I haven't enjoyed. It's just such a blast to play and I love every second of it. And those of you that are a fan of the old school games, you're in luck, because there is a Blue Sphere mode where you can collect gold medals for about 40 levels, I think, which is absolutely brilliant. I had such fun going through this game and 100% of it, I had a lot of fun. Halfway into our list, I've picked number 5 to be The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. I got this game about a week after its release and I honestly was blown away by this game. I was not expecting it to be this good, even after like 7 years of working on it. I was not expecting it to be this good. I originally played Breath of the Wild back on the Wii U in 2017 when it released, and I had a ton of fun on this game. I'm usually not a big fan of the Zelda games, but this one really made me love Zelda after this game. I thought that you wouldn't get a better game than this after I played it. The boss fights were fantastic, except Wind Blight Ganon. Oh god, I hated him. But we're not talking about that. But then when this game came along, I was absolutely amazed at how brilliant this game was. I love how you go to the Sky Islands to like progress through this game. I think it's absolutely brilliant, and don't even get me started on the final boss, because that is fantastic. I absolutely love that boss, and I don't think anything will top this game in my Zelda tier list. For number 4, I've picked a game I originally played on the Wii U, and that is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. This game was such a step up from the Wii U version. When I played through the Grand Prix, the CPUs were so much easier on 150cc. I have no idea why they were so hard on the Wii U, but yeah, I enjoyed it a lot more on the Switch than what I did on the Wii U. The Booster Course Pass I really enjoyed. There are some really great races on there, and there are also some brilliant remakes from the old games as well, which I absolutely love. I play this game multiple times a week. A lot of it is with my Twitch viewers or just my Twitch pals in general. For example, I play this game with Jiggly Kong until 12 o'clock at night on Friday. That was good fun. For number 3, I've picked a game that I only got recently. I got it in about early September, I believe. And that was Sonic Frontiers. Now, say what you will about the Switch version, I know the graphics are terrible and things take absolutely forever to load in, and I did even experience a bit of lag, but that was because I was pushing the game to its limit. I absolutely love this game. The sort of open world adventure also does remind me of Breath of the Wild. It's like Breath of the Wild and Sonic had a baby and made Sonic Frontiers. I really like the cyberspace stages. They kind of take the form of like different places from Sonic's past, for example Green Hill, Chemical Plant, Sky Sanctuary and City Escape. I like how they've kind of revamped the stages to make them more enjoyable for those who have of course played Sonic Generations. Some of them are for one remake of the Sonic Generations stages, but I feel like Sonic Generations was... I think their levels were better than the cyberspace stages, but only just. The boss fights on this game were absolutely fantastic. I love the music for each of the boss fights. The easiest boss fight was the Knight in Chaos Island. That was a lot of fun to beat. Now, I found it really hard to pick my top 3 purely because of this choice right here, because it was tied between this and option 1. I really had a hard time picking them. But number 2 is Super Mario Odyssey, my favourite 3D Mario of all time. It even beats Super Mario Galaxy, and I love this game. I still do love this game. I think it is fantastic. Mario Odyssey has got the most amazing gimmick of capturing enemies and using them to your advantage. I also love how there are multiple moons to collect in each kingdom. This means that once you've beat the main game, you can then go all the way through this game again and find everything you didn't find the first time. And it's also much more fun because they add extra content after you've beat the main game, which I found really fun. I did 100% this game in about a month, I think. I had such fun playing this game. I still play it from time to time and I have such fun. I recently 100%ed Luigi's Balloon World. That was really good fun. It is probably one of the most fun online things in a 3D Mario, purely because you can find and explore places that you simply never knew were there. A lot of people do put their balloons in like glitch places though, which is not fun. Coming in at number 1, we have probably my most played game on this console as of yet, Super Mario Maker 2. I've had endless hours of fun in this game. I was playing it earlier today. I love to play the Kaizo levels that are in the popular courses tab. I also love to play endless challenges just to test my abilities. Must admit they're not great, but this is honestly a lot of fun. I've got about 1,300 hours in this game. So that really just shows how much I love this game. I love all of the new things they added that should have been in the first one, like on-off blocks, seesaws, the claws. I also love the 3D World game mode. They have some really interesting levels that I've played in the 3D World game style, and I absolutely love this game. Maybe one day, I'm still hoping, we get a Mario Maker 3. At this point I don't think it will happen, but maybe on the new console we will. I talked about this on like 2 videos away from this one. But yeah, I would love to see what they've done with a Mario Maker 3. But I guess all we can do is hope, really. So that was my top 10 Switch games that I absolutely can't live without. I really do love the Switch. I think it is a brilliant console, and it is home to some of the best games that I have honestly ever played in my entire life. That's all I have to say on this subject, really. But yeah. Bye. What do you all think of my Mario Hori stand for the Switch? Because the Switch's kickstand is awful.